My name is Caitlin Grimm. I'm making this video for my University Success in the College of Education class, taught by Professor Crystal McCabe. The purpose of this video is to discuss the disposition to teach and how it relates to myself and my future career as an educator. I firmly believe that educators should genuinely care about children and their growth and learning. I believe that all children are capable of learning, and I enjoy the challenge of figuring out what works for each specific child in my care. I think it is important to try and understand where the children in your class come from and understand their background. This will help me as a future educator know what each child needs from me while they are under my wing at school. I believe it is imperative to be respectful and to build relationships with your students. I personally feel as though I have an easy time connecting with students, especially students with special needs. Building relationships will help your students grow, and it will also help your growth as an educator. Something else I have learned from my experience working with students with special needs is the importance of confidentiality. When it comes to my future students, I understand that I am ethically bound and bound by law to keep their information private and confidential. I like to think of myself as a rule follower. I like to do things by the book, and I like to make sure that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing at all times. I also feel like I'm a person who has good morals and good character. I try to portray this in my professional life and in my personal life. I enjoy volunteering at school and in my community. I grew up volunteering at the school my mother taught at. I love to serve others. I am also someone who strives to continuously better myself. In my future career as an educator, I plan to embrace every opportunity presented to me to better myself for my own personal gain, but also for the benefit of my students. I want my students to be excited to come to school and to be excited to learn. Not only that, but I also want to be an educator and a person that my coworkers will respect and will enjoy working with. I am very much a people pleaser, and I love to get along with everyone. I believe myself to be trustworthy, and I hope my future students and coworkers will feel the same about me. In my educational journey, I am practicing building the habits that I will need to be successful in my professional journey as an elementary educator. There are a couple of things I feel I need to work on before I enter the classroom as a first-year educator. The biggest area of concern I have for myself is my ability to communicate effectively. I am a very shy and quiet person. I tend to keep to myself, and I am very much an introvert. I often have trouble meeting new people, and having conversations with adults that I feel that I'm not familiar with seems very daunting at times. One main aspect I feel of being an effective educator is maintaining good relationships with parents of students and with coworkers and with administration. You cannot have a good relationship without good communication, so I need to improve and work on kind of coming out of my shell quite a bit before I enter the classroom as an educator. Another very trivial thing I feel I need to work on before I enter the classroom as a first-year educator is my professional appearance. I have yet to master the art of dressing professionally, and I have never been much of a girly girl, so I feel I need to do some research and update my wardrobe to project professionalism. I believe once I become an educator, I will be judged in many aspects, and looking professional can only help me in the long run. I also want to be sure I am well-versed in all laws surrounding education, special education, and being an educator in general. This will help me ensure I am staying ethical in my professional position. There are quite a few qualities I feel that professional educators should display. The first one is honesty, and this is a very big one. Professional educators should be honest in all aspects of their jobs. They should be honest with coworkers, honest with students, honest with their students' parents, and honest with their administration. Professional educators should also keep in mind that they are to be respectful of their students' families, their coworkers, and their administration. Something else I feel professional educators should display is strength, determination, and dedication. Educators have a lot on their plates when it comes to shaping their students' to handle life inside and outside of the classroom. A lot of children have complicated and often painful home lives, so I believe educators should have the strength to be able to handle the brunt of that weight for their students when they are at school. Educators should also be determined to help all of their students succeed. They should be dedicated to improving all aspects of their students' lives and to help them be able to cope when they leave the school building each day. Students will come from all walks of life, and for some, school will be their safe place. It is important for educators to ensure that their students feel safe and loved while they are at school. One last thing I believe professional educators should display is fairness in the classroom. To me, this means making deeper connections with each student, more than just student and teacher inside of a classroom. This means helping the student to learn to solve problems and overcome challenges. I believe that this is imperative to the student's growth and also to the growth of the educator. I hope this video has shed some light on the disposition to teach and how I feel it applies to myself and my future as an elementary educator.